just a few basic things, obviously. The usual subject. How did you get into Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu?
I started Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu kind of as a transition from boxing. I was in college in 1994, and some of my classmates, they were Jiu-Jitsu practitioners. I was like, what the hell is Jiu-Jitsu? I had no idea what Jiu-Jitsu was. So we went down to the wrestling room and, hey, come at me, do whatever. And I was like, all right, I will. So I came in swinging, and one of them shoots for a double leg and takes my back and has me in a rear naked choke, and I go into panic mode. I didn't know what tapping was, and ever since then I was just kind of sold. Shortly after that, I joined the military, and went into the Marine Corps. So being in the Marine Corps, I hopped around a lot. I went to a lot of different traditional BJJ schools, the Gracie Baja School, Lloyd Irving School. I even went to a submission wrestling school in Tulsa, submission wrestling.
That's where you know my student John.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Like that.
So and the guys at that group, Abe Stem is one of the head instructors for McCullough's, and so since that whole time frame, I just kept on training, and finally when I got into the military, relocated to Oklahoma, I ran into one of Renato Tavares' students, and he was a black belt with Renato, named Henrique Stefani. He's from São Paulo, Brazil. So that's when they started belting me, and I eventually got my black belt under Renato Tavares in 2010.
Nice. And so you guys basically hooked up with Mr. Tavares by him coming out here, and that's how you met him?
Yeah, Henrique, like I said, Henrique is one of Renato's students. So Henrique brought Renato down for a seminar, and ever since then, we clicked. Henrique eventually wanted to go back home to Brazil. A lot of Brazilians, sometimes they come to the U.S. and they're missing home. They want to go back to their roots, and the U.S. is just not for all Brazilians. You have some guys that come up here, they do really well because they like California, Florida, wherever they end up.
Tulsa doesn't work out.
Yeah, and Tulsa just wasn't quite it for Henrique. Him and his wife, they wanted to go back to Brazil, so I kept on bringing Renato back, and I got my blue and my purple belt from Henrique, and then Renato gave me my brown and black.
Nice. And so you said you bounced around and trained some other martial arts besides boxing?
Yeah, I started out as a traditional karate student. I did karate for a couple of years. And when I was living in Costa Rica, we weren't really exposed to a lot of other martial arts. It was pretty much karate. There was some kickboxing, but if you wanted to do something traditional, karate was where you go.
It's a good way to think that your karate and traditional martial arts has influenced your way that you train or the way that you think about Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu?
Yes and no. I mean, karate was a good way to start. Staying disciplined, having a sense of discipline as far as giving you a lifestyle. And teaching you. At that age, 4, 5, 7 years old, you don't really think of it as a lifestyle. You're just being told to go to karate class and learn some katas and do it and stand in front of the mirror and do these forms. Which in the long run, you want to move up from belt to belt. You have to memorize the forms. You have to, and hit it the way the teacher teaches you to do it. If you're going to pass and go from one belt to the next. So that teaches you discipline. And it's a good way to start out as a kid. But I would say my biggest influence on the way I am now, I would definitely make it a tribute to my mother and father. Them keeping me on track, and it's just giving me good moral ethics. And the way I do my BJJ class is, you can learn an armbar from anybody, a rear naked choke, whatever, but you don't really learn true lifestyle of how to be a good human being, a good citizen from every instructor. These guys will tell you, I talk to them after class a lot, and sometimes they're like,
that's like that too. We'll have guys that, I also try and show them business because, I think that when I grew up, a lot of people going through the traditional martial arts before the major rise of the UFC and stuff like that. There was, obviously it's a lot of karate, a lot of taekwondo, aikido, that kind of stuff, the traditional martial arts, and with having that kind of background, what helped me with those traditional martial arts was being able to understand inside space, like wanting to know inside space, and that helped me with the underhooks and controlling the tie and that kind of stuff helped me out.
Yeah, when I took Hapkido, it was the same concept, keeping everything nice and tight, which translates really well to Jiu-Jitsu. The Marine Corps Martial Arts program did a lot of similar things. I mean, the Marine Corps Martial Arts program is pretty much like an MMA program. Yeah. So,
I saw 3rd Marines. And
same thing with combatants.
Yeah, they were doing that, but I was just using Jiu-Jitsu seminars at 3rd Marine. But yeah, it's definitely Bible sticks now and all kinds of different stuff. The Modern Army badge program has changed as well too. Yeah, but you guys have a lot of soldiers, ex-military in your school, right? You're an ex-soldier. Yes, sir. What was your West again?
I was 21 after.
What is that?
Heavy equipment.
Heavy equipment. You guys went through? So you have a lot of military guys there. Is SEAL close to here? Fort Seal?
Fort Seal, then Wood Garden Ranch.
Yeah, well, that's pretty far. You don't have Fort Seal students. Yeah, but you do seem like you have a lot of military people there.
We got a lot of prior military, a lot of prior army right now. We got a couple former Marines, a few Air Force, no Coast Guard, a couple of Navy guys, but some Sea. Yeah, there you go. But that's one of the biggest things about our school. I think that's what separates us from a lot of other people. Is the lectures, talking to people after class, the lifestyle, a sense of belonging, family atmosphere. And we have a lot of competitors, and some guys that applaud in the WEC and branched off to Bellator and Strike Force and whatnot. But
speaking of that, what do you offer at Triton to instruct students?
We got a very complete program. Everything from conditioning, Muay Thai, kickboxing, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, classes for women, children, regular self-defense, defensive tactics courses for police officers. So more than any, just regular civilians that will learn basic self-defense. The defensive tactics class is very beneficial just for a regular individual that's looking for the self-defense aspect.
Nice. How long have you guys been training at Triton under as well?
Almost 3 years as October, so 2.5 years.
Yeah.
I guess so,
yeah. It's going by fast. What about you? 3.5. Great, man. It's all your time in underneath him or not?
Yes.
Yeah. Awesome. So we got purple. Pretty well. Yeah. Training hard, huh?
Reed and Shane,
how often do you guys train?
Quite a bit.
Every day, at least once a day, if not twice, morning and night.
Yeah.
So
6 days a week?
And Reed combines it up with wrestling and the judo class. So, and that's the other things that we offer at our school. We have a very incredible judo black belt. We got a guy that used to wrestle with Randy Couture, who teaches a wrestling class. He's also, like I say, he's been around. He's from California and he's here now. And he teaches wrestling. Shane used to wrestle. So these guys are some of my elite guys. They do mats on a daily basis. Shane also teaches our health and fitness. And gives one of our personal trainers at our facility.